Hello, everybody. We are the Caissons. I am Tabitha Caisson, and this is my husband.
Yes.
And tonight, we're going to talk about the challenges of staying healthy, developing healthy habits, knowing what to let go of, what to eat in moderation, of course, and as well as how to incorporate exercise that's beneficial for us, especially being over 50. It can be a challenge.
Agreed. My biggest challenge would be straying away from the foods that you grew up with all your life.
Yes.
I mean, we grew up eating fried this, fried that, smoked pigtails, ham hocks, neck bones, all that. And my weakness is sweets. I got to have me something sweet
Good soul food.
after I eat a good meal. And my wife and I are both borderline diabetic, so we're trying to incorporate something that won't push us over that edge to being diabetic, which now one of us wants. So we're trying to figure out, steps to take to make our eating habits better and focus on exercising and just trying to get on the track of eating healthier for both our, health-wise,
right,
and mental-wise.
Absolutely, absolutely, babe. Because the goal is for us to prevent any type of diseases that we can prevent. So if we can prevent being diabetic, if we can prevent high blood pressure, if we can prevent having high cholesterol, prevent issues with our kidneys or with our livers due to, indulging in things that's just not healthy for us, or learning to cut back on those things again and eat them in moderation, where they're not something that we make a daily habit of, where it's not always included in our diet. So I think it's so important to embrace that it's time for us to change how we're eating, especially if we want to feel better. I know when I have been doing these little test runs, and I may do really good for about at least a good month or two here and there, but when I notice that I change how I eat and I'm eating more vegetables, especially raw vegetables, versus fried this or processed that, I feel so much better. I feel extremely energetic. And I feel really good about myself. I see a difference in my skin. I even see a difference in my sleeping pattern.
I'm not there with the raw vegetables. I'm telling you, I'm not there yet. I got to take baby steps on that one, because I cannot eat no raw vegetables like broccoli and carrots. Nope, not yet. At least I ain't gonna say never, but I'm not at that point yet. But like Tab said, it's just got to take steps to at least try, because all these ailments, a lot of it's hereditary. Some of my family members have it. So it comes down the line, and if you don't watch it and take care of yourself, it could be a bad situation for you.
Yes.
So we just trying to take those steps and try to better ourselves in eating healthier, exercising, and just having a better outlook on your health all over, because life is short and you never know, nobody know their time on this earth. So it's best that you try to at least take care, because God got the last word regardless. Absolutely. I'm not saying you can eat healthy and you're going to live a long time. Your days are numbered. So God got the last say so. You can eat healthy and do all this and that, but when it's time for you to go, the Lord will take you, and nothing else you could do. So, but we just want to try to lower our accounts with the diabetes and blood pressure, cholesterol, and all that other stuff that, starts to ail you when you get up in age.
Yeah, and I think it's very important as spouses to be very supportive of one another, to encourage each other, and as well as with us speaking on this, we would like to hear from others of what good habits that you may have incorporated into your lifestyle to help you do better with your health, pertaining to diet, making better food choices, exercise. I know for me, I'm learning a lot about what works. And at one point, you used to hear a lot about walking. Well, walking is really good for stress. Walking is good for the heart. But walking is not really good for women that's over 50 that's going through perimenopausal, because you're not really able to gain muscle, especially if you're trying to define your muscles and become more toned. So therefore, you have to incorporate weight resistance. So I'm learning that I'm gonna have to change my way of thinking, of where I'm thinking walking was more beneficial, which it still is, but not so much for the goal that I'm aiming for, to be more toned, for my muscles to be more defined. So that means now I'm gonna really have to hit the gym. So we are challenging ourselves starting this week to get up early in the morning, like 4:30, to go to the gym, and start off, 15, 30 minutes at the most, until we build the momentum up to do a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And these are the things that we have to support each other on, because I know I may have mornings where I don't want to get up, and I am going to count on my husband here to say, come on, baby, and vice versa. He's going to count on me to say the same thing. And I think it's important. And even like when we go to the grocery stores, we really have to depend on each other about what we're picking up that's going to be beneficial for our bodies. So we're going to have to learn to shop different, So when you go to the store, instead of picking up, a bag of Doritos, you may need to go over to
Cool Ranch be so good.
to the produce department instead, So pick up some hummus and celery sticks, or carrots or bell peppers or something, versus those Dorito chips, because they're not serving any purpose of making you better. So these are the things as a couple that we're going to hold ourselves accountable for. We are going to expect each other to support each other for our well-being, because it's so important. I think you do better when you see someone really loves you. Mm-hmm. And you just got to change sometimes the way that you're doing something in order to prevent those elements from coming against your body.
And with me, when I go to the grocery store, the first aisle I go down is my beer aisle, which I have to cut down on that also, because that's another issue, that could, have issue with your blood pressure and other ailments in your body. So I'm going to try to minimize my beer intake, alcohol intake in general. But yeah, we just trying to do a little better. And like my wife said, we want to hear from other people, couples, and tell us y'all journey. Tell us how y'all processed and got through it and started y'all process with trying to eat healthier, exercising. Because it's a challenge. Yes, it's a challenge.
And it's difficult sometimes, And some things I feel like, I don't know if this is gender specific, but for me, alcohol, like I notice when I drink, if I have a glass of wine, I'm noticing I don't feel too well, especially if I drink the red wine. It makes me feel more hot flashes, as a matter of fact, versus maybe the white wine, which is, I don't really feel that effect too much. But even alcohol in general, rum, gin, I just feel a little different. So my body now is saying to me, you don't need that stuff. I don't want it. So with that being said, I had a